if I wanted to feel sorry for myself, I'd have stayed with your father.
Ooh, that is quite a drop. Let me help you down.
I've got this. Shit! You okay? That's 3.
What? Oh, please.
3 times I saved your life. The sinkhole, your foot. What? You'd be dead if my mom hadn't taught me to dress a wound. Fine. 2 times then. The sinkhole and just now.
Hey, let me see that.
Leave it. It's nothing. Hey, I'm fine.
Come on, roll up your sleeve and just admit we're friends already.
This is not an admission.
Let me see. Oh. Oh, it's getting worse.
Listen, it ain't broken or bleeding. It'll calm down. It always does. Let's go. The kid said the ward was this way. You ever hear about the North Pole?
Yeah, that old fairy tale?
Yeah, like this ward. Old white guy founds it. Food and fresh water, everyone gets along. That sounds like the fairy tale to me. It's probably just a couple of old-timers holed up underground. I just hope they got a few supplies for trade. Otherwise, we won't last much longer out here. You think people actually live like this?
I'm not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life. Locked. Great. Ugh, we can't turn back now. Ain't got nowhere to go. There's gotta be another way through. It's about time. What took you? Hey, look at this. What happened to these poor bastards? Can't let it go to waste. Use it on that bum ankle of yours. Won't help me none. Hey, come on. Let's get some distance between us and these bodies. Hey, over here. Oh, this is bad. This is bad with a side of broccoli.
A side of what?
Nothing. Something my ma used to say. Deadwood! Shoot the... Nice shooting. Hey, that don't count, by the way.
Whew. Glad that's over.
Starting to think looking for this ward wasn't such a good idea. Guess the deadwood ain't all gone after all.
Nope.
Ain't no way the war's real. Not with a nest like this out here. You know, maybe best we head back. We retrace our steps. We can find another way out. This is not happening. Tell me this is not happening. No! Not today, assholes! Hey! This is 3, by the way! You know, right here makes for 3! Oh, shit! Hey, listen. For what it's worth, you were a good friend. You were a good friend.
It's okay. You're safe. Whoa, whoa, hold up. We're friends. We're here to help.
Can't hold this forever, Bo!
Thanks. Who are you?
Questions later. We gotta get moving. On 3. 1, 2, 3!
That's all I got. You're on your own now.
Hey, we still got each other.
Right. Follow us, you two. That won't be the last of them.
Rude or thick down here.
Must be what I felt back at the ward.
Wait. You're from the ward? Shit. Maybe Santa's real too.
Yeah, it's not far from here. The way down collapsed behind us. We're gonna have to find another way out.
Here they come. That was rough. This is it. That was rough. Something's here. The dead would know they've lost, but they won't lay down without a fight. It's over. Hey, you okay? Not bad shooting, Traveler. Yeah, I had some practice. I'll bet. But don't worry. The ward's as safe a place as any. Safer.
So, it's really real. Food, and water, and folks living with some old white guy?
More or less.
Whoa, whoa, let me get you some water.
I'm fine,
Cash?
Ooh, that looks like root rot. I've never seen a case this bad.
I'm fine. I don't know why everyone...
We need to get her to the ward, and quick. Doctor, there's our only chance. We'd better get moving, or we lose the light.
dear.
This is Wriggler.
Call me Riggs. I got you, darling. Don't worry, friend. We'll take good care of her. Welcome to Ward 13.
Hey, don't worry. Riggs is right. She'll be fine.
Are you okay?
Just a headache.
Hey, Clementine. Let me get you some water.
I'm fine.
Oh, you're not fine. You need rest.
Bo! He's the ward's mayor. Thinks that puts him in charge of everything and everyone. Listen, I'm gonna check in with Ford, and then I'll get some rest. Okay? I've been through a lot worse, you know.
So, Traveler, your friend will be fine. I'm Bo Ward, and this is Ward 13. You must have come a long way. I mean, the route's dwindling and all, but the road's still a dangerous place. What were you two doing out there? Yeah, well, you'll be safe here for as long as you need, Traveler. I didn't know anybody knew what we were doing out here. Feels kind of nice, actually. Hey, ask around if you need something. Oh, start with Ford. I'm sure he'd like to meet you.
Clementine seems too young for Bo, don't you think?
It's the other way around, honey. She's over 100 years old.
Looking for Ford, huh? He is usually over in the warehouse.
Where'd you come from? I grew up here, born right over there. Doc Nora says she likes questions.
Always talking about
Except
getting
when
out of
someone's
here,
real hurt,
sailing the
then I
sea.
have to sit in the quiet corner.
Yeah, you'll never catch me on a boat.
Hey, you're the newcomer, ain't you? Nora Camarillo. I keep folks alive around here. You know, you're lucky they found you when they did. Your friend was pretty bad. I got her just in time. She's great. A real spitfire, that one. I'd hang on to her if I were you. Not yet. She's asleep, and I'd like her to stay that way a spell. That girl's tough, all right. But right now, she needs rest. When she's up and about, I'll make sure you know. Asking questions is the only way we learn, as my grandpa used to say. What are you trying to say, sunshine? Well, no need for that. You know how a doctor gets good at her craft? That's it. Same way you get good at anything. You learn a thing by doing it over and over again. For me, that means people who need my help. The more people there are suffering, the better I get at healing them. My grandfather, he'd been treating folk his whole life, nearly as long as the root's been around. I started assisting Grandpa when I was 5. Dressing wounds, making meds, cutting at the table, you name it. He was. He helped more people in his long life than you and I have ever even met. But how I helped him most was digging through the old hospitals. Even after a century, there's a hell of a lot to find. All tons. The old humans knew a lot about the human body, it turns out. Stuff even Grandpa didn't know. Did you know they used to be able to replace a man's lungs with someone else's? Or put a dead man's liver in someone whose liver didn't work anymore? To think of all the folks Grandpa and I could have saved if we had that kind of know-how. There's plenty if you know what to look for. Most of the basic meds are long gone, but there's still plenty of specialized tools and ingredients there. Stuff no one knows what to do with but me and my grandfather. What they don't got, what I never found once, is a cure for root rot. That's why so many folks died when the root first showed up. Grandpa had to invent a treatment on his own. A treatment, not a cure. He probably wasn't the only one. I'm sure others came to the same solutions independently. But after Grandpa figured it out, he traveled as far as he could and taught it to everyone he met. I don't know where he started, but I reckon every treatment within 100 miles of here is derived directly from his work. You can thank him that your friend is still alive. Came here maybe 10 years back. My ma had died and Grandpa didn't feel safe carting me around the countryside by himself. It turned out good. The city's full of scrounge, and Grandpa made a living selling bandages and meds while treating folks for free. I do the same. He even attended the old commander when she passed. Couldn't do much for her except ease her going, but folks around here thanked him for it. Made us part of the ward and all. All right then, what else can I do for you? Knock yourself out. See you around.
looking for Ford? He's over in the warehouse. I'm sure he's got something going on. Always does.
So many new faces these days. Things must be getting a mite easier out there. Welcome, traveler. I'm Reginald Malone, but my friends call me Reggie. You can too. Saw you come in with Bo and Clementine there. Oh, you can be sure they'll do everything they can for your friend. Ain't the first to come through here needing help. I have been known to tell a story or two. Though old Mudtooth does give me a run for my money. Or did you mean that I collect the stories? Because I do that too. And I'd love to hear your tale, traveler. But hey, your story ain't no requirement for mine. Let me know if you'd like to hear a tale or two. And if you're looking for a fix to what ails you, well, old Reggie has a lot to give. Take care now, traveler.
What? Hey, get away from my stew! Oh, it's you. What? No, of course not. Never seen you before in my life. I just figure you're you. You know? And I'm me, and that's where we are. So, what can I... Careful now. My answers are known to lead to more questions. Quite a bit, stranger. The name's Mudtooth, and ain't nobody been around longer or seen more than I have. Except maybe old Ford, of course, but that old mudder cheats. Anyway, he hardly tells any of his stories. Only 3 reasons why folks come to see me, and that's my stories or my stew. Yeah, town, you call it. Back in my day, a place like this wouldn't be considered much more than a camp or a bivouac, you might call it. Nah, this ain't no town. Not yet. But it is a fine place to set up kip. I lived by myself for years, see? Had myself what you calls it, a hockapatopter. That thing could fly to the moon and back. It could. Anywho, I was living by myself when my boy Brabus showed up saying we should move on. Told me it wasn't safe for me to be living like I've been living no more. He told me about this place. Well, Brabus, he's my son. 'Twere his idea to come join this little shanty town. Not a bad idea it was, neither. He's over yonder at the shooting range, if you're looking to find him. Not much of a talker, though, that one. Guess he didn't get his old man's gift for gab, eh? That's so? Huh. Did I tell you about the stories yet? Right. So, let me see here. Folks come see me for my stories and my stew and... Listen, you sure I said there were 3 reasons? 'Cause there's only 2. Huh. Only 2 reasons folks come to see old Mudtooth, and you know both of them. I'm pretty sure your memory's slipping. You bet your apple I can. But these ain't just stories, stranger. They're objective retellings of legitimate occurrences what you wouldn't believe. Now, where to start? You met old Wally yet? The boy ain't right, but not in a mudder way. He just ain't right. Talks to the root, he says. I reckon I know why, too. I ain't never told him this, but I was there at his birth. Don't believe me? Ha! You wouldn't be the first, but it's true. That boy Wally was born under a blood moon. Always strange, they say. Harbinger of of changeification and whatnot. I heard him cry out his first breath I did, and I says to myself, that ain't natural. Like the squall of some blackbird. Caw! Oh, don't tell him I said it. He wouldn't believe it anyway. Or maybe he would, come to think of it. You talked to him yet? Boy ain't right. That's too bad. Why, sure, but it ain't ready just yet. Well, maybe not that quick. I done already said it, didn't I? Just come. So long as you head back then, huh?
Ford? Oh, wish I had half the wherewithal of that old man. He's got no qualms about, like, leaving town at the drop of a hat. Anyway, if you're looking for him, he's over in the warehouse.
Your friend looks pretty bad. She's gonna die, isn't she?
Miss Clementine heard someone needed help and went running. That's just the kind of stuff she does.
Greetings. Forgive me. I am not good with Paxeltech faces. Oh, it is new. I thought I had seen it before. So difficult to tell Paxeltech apart without hoof and horn. I am Sa Israk Thadwell. My Paxeltech name is Dwell. I sell crystals from my world. They make Paxeltech faster, stronger, more powerful. They help me defeat its enemies. And the prices are quite fair. Of course, Paxeltech. Yes, that is always the question. I am Pan, from the world of Yesha, where the Eternal Empress reigns. The Doe and Ravager run free, and the balance breathes life to the jungle. Or so it used to be. Alas, it is not. Long and long have the Immortals oppressed the common Pan, wielding their power as if it were something they had earned or deserved. The Pan have rebelled against this tyranny, and for a time, it looks as if we could win. Then the pestilence came. What Paxeltech call the Root. When I last saw her, Yesha languished under the pestilence. The Ravager prowls, and the Doe is lost. The rebellion continues, but my people ache for relief. The Paxeltech Fort, the founder. On its last visit to Yesha, it said it was possible. I do not understand the complexities myself, but now I am here. Ford came to Yesha many times, aiding the rebels against the tyranny of Immortals. His desire to protect was clear even then, as was his craft for violence, which he freely shared. Dwell did not learn Paxeltech Ford's violence, but shared in aiding the rebels with the same crystals I offer here. Both aided rebellion, so both shared imprisonment. Oh, I languished for years, a cost I had never hoped to pay. But another Paxeltech, the one they say wanders the worlds, came to free the fort. And the fort freed Dwell, and many others. Not Paxeltech name, perhaps, but it is my name whilst I live among Paxeltech tongues. Paxeltech, foreign to the pan, meaningless, perhaps on Paxeltech world, but it is at home on Dwell's tongue. Gems, refined from a special crystal found only on Yesha. The Ahane, priests of the Pan, forbid the crystal's use among commoners. But the Gull are craftier than Ahane know. Long and long have the Gull used the crystals for weapons. Or even cruder things, like soups. But it takes an artisan like Dwell to bring out their full potential. All crystals are special. A crystal is order, perfection from husk to heart. Some crystals split light, others, like stones used to bring me here, can bridge worlds. These crystals carry power within them. Some Pan believe them to be divine, but this power is merely the interaction of the crystal's harmony with the chaos of the world. As the Ahane have done for ages, I refine the crystal to magnify its harmony and focus its power. Ah, yes. Quality it cannot find elsewhere, not even on Yesha. You must return soon.
Well, ain't you a right mutter? Traipsing in here like you own the place. Ha, I'm just pulling ya. Name's Brabus, and I run security around here. Well, seeing as you got the mayor's personal approval, I reckon you his problem now. I also make sure folks hereabouts can protect themselves. Ain't just the root kicking around. A lot of folks still ain't chummy with this whole rebuilding society business. I should know. Damn straight. A lot of folks only ever learn how to look out for themselves. They don't know any different. I used to be one of them. Up until about 20 years ago, I ran a pack called the Mud Dogs. We took what we wanted and killed anyone who crossed us. It was a dog-eat-dog world back then. We all did what we had to survive. Things might be different now, but a lot of folks can't chew a path out of the old way. Why not? Passes the time. I guess I set myself up for that one. I told you the Mud Dogs didn't take hell from no one. And weren't anyone stood up to us without getting knocked down. Save one. This mutter walks into my court, confident as a wolf in a rabbit trap. I'm thinking, this'll be a fight to remember, eh? At best. Then, I noticed something the mutter's got on him. It's a watch. What belonged to my old man. I figure he finally tripped the branches and I'm about to wring this wanderer's neck myself. But then, the wanderer says the old man gave it to him. That caught me. The old man wouldn't give up that watch to no one but family. And he never gave it to me. I let the wanderer go. After taking the watch, of course. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I hear. Changed the world a few times over that one. Sometime later, I got the nerve to see the old man myself. He surprised me. He wasn't pissed or patronizing, just sat me down and started telling stories like we'd been chatting every day. He didn't say nothing about the watch when I told him. Just glad it had a home. Tell you what, I think he wanted me to take it, the old bastard. Anyway, we talked a lot after that, and when word got out that folks here at the ward were starting something new, well, the old man and I both knew what needed doing. I told the Mud Dogs they were free to do as they liked. We weren't a pack no more, and the old man and I set up shop here. Kinda boring to tell you the truth, but better than a bullet hole, I guess. Don't know what else I can tell you, save the stories folks around here like to spin. The way they tell it, that wanderer walked through crystals to other worlds until one day they slammed the door on the Deadwood altogether and saved the world. Yeah, they all sound just like my old man with these stories. You can see that again. I ain't complaining, mind you. There's definitely something different about this place. Maybe if I stick around long enough, I'll... Oh, that old mudder. People call him Mudtooth. He's set up over yonder, and he's more than happy to tell you about himself. And then some. You wouldn't know it to look at him, but he was the leader of the Mud Dogs before I took him over. They'd got soft, see? Couldn't hack it in a dog-eat-dog world. Of course, that ain't the way he tells it. We still don't see eye to eye on which of us was right. Disagree to agree, I guess. Well, the Mud Dogs ran for years. Started out with my old man in a place called Sanctuary, and eventually came out here. We set ourselves up in a place folks started calling Cutthroat Channel. Nobody came in or out without our say-so, not even Deadwood. Yeah, I got a story or two from the glory days. I ain't my old man. He'll talk your ear. All right, then. Don't do anything I would do. I'll have to come after you for it.
This is not up for discussion, Clementine. You're staying, and that's fine.
I don't remember asking for your permission.
Oh, Traveler. How's everything?
Excuse me? I'm 132
Hey, I'm
years
just glad we
old.
got to you. You know, when we did.
Your child.
You stirred up quite a Deadwood nest.
On this I do.
Haven't seen that many in
This
one
town
place
needs
for a long
You can't
time.
go wandering off after something that...
Make
that
yourself
might
at
not
home, Traveler.
even exist.
We're all family here. Good luck.
What have you been doing the last 100 years then, huh? What the hell are you doing right now?
Well, that's different. I'm trying to fix things.
Things that you broke when you tried to play God.
That was Harsgard. I was just following orders. I didn't...
Oh,
We'll talk about this later.
out of my way.
Whoa, what have we here? Ah, the Traveler, of course. Wallace said yes. Right on time. Sorry you had to see that. But then again, you've been around. I'm sure you know. Families fight. Andrew Ford. Good to make your acquaintance. In the flesh. Huh, how about that? I'm sure you've got a lot of questions, and I've got a favor to ask. So let's get to it. You first. That's a longer story than I can indulge right now. Let's keep it to this. You know how some things you drink can make you drunk, and some things you eat can make you sick or sleepy? Well, other things do this. It's a big world out there. Not my way. And you want to be careful what you wish for, Traveler. Not you precisely, as in name, rank, serial number, but I knew someone was coming. Aren't you clever? Skeptic. That's fine. It so happens I knew you'd be coming today. Or I hoped. Our young Wallace told me. Wallace? He's a special kid. A lot like somebody I used to know. She had bad dreams too. Dreams about things that hadn't yet come to pass. It's more like he can see really far into the present. Sometimes. Oh, nothing too dangerous. I've got to marshal my resources, and then we'll get into it in earnest. Quite a few characters around here, I'll warrant you that. Arguing's not the same as fighting. Clem and I have known each other longer than anyone else here. That's a lot of water to put under a narrow bridge. Looks can be deceiving. In fact, she's 132 years old. Not quite. Clementine spent a long time away, keeping strange company. Something like that will change you. Compared to who? Bo might be young, but he knows the run of a ward. Learned from the best. He was orphaned, just a kid. Ward 13 sort of adopted him. Ran security when he got old enough. Did a damn good job of it. Only made sense to put him in charge once we started up here. Don't think there's a soul in town has lost as much as Riggs. Don't know how that man gets up out of bed every day. Okay? All right, Traveler. Now that you've shot your shot, here's mine. I need an able young scrapper to help an old man out. Talk to Wally. You'll find him out by the docks. After that, gear up, and then meet me at the ward gate. I'll tell you a story.